In 1941, the United States stood at a massive crossroads. The Great Depression was fading into the background, but the shadow of World War II was growing longer every day. It was a year of incredible tension and transition, and right in the middle of it all, the U.S. Mint was striking a coin that would become one of the most beloved pieces of American history. The 1941 Lincoln Wheat Cent. To understand this coin, you have to realize that 1941 was the final year of normalcy for the penny. At this time, the coin was composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. Just 1 year later, the demand for copper for the war effort would force the mint to change the recipe, leading to the famous steel pennies of 1943. So, when you hold a 1941 penny, you are holding the last of the pre-war copper giants. It feels heavier and more substantial than the zinc-coated steel that followed. The design is the work of Victor David Brenner, featuring the stoic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. By 1941, this design was the old reliable of American currency, having been in use since 1909. On the reverse, the iconic wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America. In 1941, these wheat ears weren't just a design choice. They represented the breadbasket of the world, as American farmers were working overtime to provide food for a world at war. The production numbers for 1941 were staggering because the economy was revving up. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 887 million coins, meaning they are incredibly common today. You can still find them in old jars or even occasionally in circulation. However, common doesn't mean worthless. While a circulated 1941 penny might only be worth 10 to 20 cents, collectors are obsessed with quality. A 1941 Philadelphia cent in MS68 red condition, meaning it looks exactly like it did the day it was struck 85 years ago, can sell for over $20,000 at auction. The branch mints tell a slightly different story. The Denver Mint, D, struck about 128 million, and the San Francisco Mint, S, struck 92 million. While these numbers seem high, finding them in high-grade, red condition is the real challenge. A 1941 S in a high uncirculated grade is a prize for any wheat cent enthusiast, often fetching hundreds or even thousands of dollars if the strike is sharp and the luster is original. But the real excitement for 1941 comes from the double die varieties. This year is famous among error hunters. If you have a 1941 penny, get a magnifying glass and look at the 1941 and the word Liberty. There are several known double die obverse, DDO, varieties where the letters and numbers appear doubled or thickened. Some of these errors are subtle, while others are dramatic. A high-grade 1941 DDO can easily be worth $500 to $1,000 or more to a specialized collector. 1941 was the year of Citizen Kane, the year Pearl Harbor changed everything, and the year the penny was at its peak. It's a coin that bridged the gap between the old world and the new. Whether you're a serious numismatist or just someone who loves history, the 1941 Lincoln Cent is a tangible, affordable piece of the American spirit. If you found this look into the 1941 penny interesting, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Your support helps us keep the history of these amazing coins alive.